My sister gave her college acceptance speech, thanking her mother's sacrifice. I raised her kids for 6 years while she partied through med school. She stood there in her white coat, diploma in hand, talking about perseverance, about being a single mother who still made it through medical school, about her children being her inspiration. I watched from the audience holding those same kids, the ones I'd actually raised while she was studying. Her daughter tugged my sleeve. Why is mommy saying she took care of us? I had no answer. But here's what that audience didn't know. 6 years ago, my sister's husband died in a car accident. She had a 2-year-old and a newborn. I was 24, just started my master's program, finally focusing on my own life after raising myself when our parents died. She called me crying. I can't do this alone. I have to finish med school. It's what David would have wanted. Please. I flew out that weekend, supposed to stay for 2 weeks. I never went back. I dropped out of my program, moved into her spare room, took over everything. Night feedings, diaper changes, toddler tantrums, preschool drop-offs, sick days, parent-teacher conferences, all of it. She promised it was temporary, just until I finish, then we'll figure something out. The temporary became permanent. Her studying included spring breaks in Cancun, weekend trips with classmates, and late nights at bars celebrating exam completions. She'd come home at 2 a.m. smelling like tequila while I was rocking her screaming infant. You need to decompress too, she'd say. Medical school is brutal. I was living on her late husband's life insurance, the money meant for his kids. She gave me $300 monthly for expenses, while spending thousands on her social life. I couldn't leave. What would happen to the kids? Her son called me mama until he was 4. She corrected him once, laughed it off, then went back to her textbooks. I asked her once during year 3 if maybe she could skip one party. Her daughter had a fever of 103, and I'd been up for 2 days straight. I need this, she said. You don't understand the pressure I'm under. I was bathing her vomiting child at 4 a.m. while she did body shots with her study group, but I stayed for them because they needed someone. Then came residency. Just 3 more years. We're so close. 3 more years of school pickups, of birthday parties she missed, of Christmas mornings where I was the one they ran to. 3 more years of therapist appointments because they didn't understand why mommy was never around. Last month, she finished. Took a position at a prestigious hospital. 6-figure salary, signing bonus, the works. We had dinner to celebrate, just us. So I've been thinking, she said. The kids should live with me full time now. I'm stable. I have that big house. You should get back to your life. My life is with them. You're not their mother. You've been a huge help, but it's time for them to be with their actual parent. I've been their actual parent for 6 years. You were the nanny, a very dedicated one. I'm grateful. Nanny. 6 years of my life, my education, my 20s, my entire existence revolves around her children. Nanny. What about what they want? They're kids. They'll adjust. I'm giving you 2 weeks to transition them. I went numb. Then she handed me an envelope. Your severance. $30,000. More than fair for 6 years. $5,000 per year for raising her children. I didn't take it. Instead, I called a family lawyer. Not to sue, just to understand my options. Turns out I had none. No adoption papers, no guardianship agreement, no legal standing at all. Just 6 years of being an unpaid live-in childcare provider. But her late husband's life insurance, the money I've been living on, had specific terms. Terms that said it was for the care and well-being of his children. Terms that required accounting of how it was spent. I kept every receipt, every grocery bill, every doctor visit, every school expense. 6 years of meticulous records because I wanted to honor David's memory. My sister had been using that money for rent, utilities, and her expenses. All legal, technically. But buried in the policy was a clause. If the primary beneficiary was deemed to have misused funds, the secondary beneficiary could challenge the distribution. I was the secondary beneficiary. David had insisted on it, just in case, he'd said at the signing. My sister had rolled her eyes. I filed the challenge. Her lawyer called mine. This is extortion. This is accountability. My attorney said, your client has 3 options. Negotiate a formal custody arrangement, face an insurance audit, or explain to her new employer why she's embroiled in a financial dispute involving her late husband's death benefit. My sister called me directly, screaming, you're trying to take money from my children. I'm trying to stay with my children. They're not yours. Then why do they have nightmares when I'm not there? Why does your son still call me when he's scared? Why did your daughter draw our family and put me in the middle? You manipulated them. I loved them. You abandoned them. She showed up at my apartment with her parents, our aunt, her new boyfriend. All of them are talking about family loyalty, about moving on, about letting her start fresh. 6 years, I said. I gave you 6 years. You gave me 2 weeks notice. We'll give you visitation, my aunt offered. Monthly dinners with the kids I raised. My sister's face hardened. Take the severance or get nothing. You have no legal rights. I looked at her daughter hiding behind my leg, at her son holding my hand. Neither do you, I said. Not the moral ones. I walked away from the severance, walked away from them. The kids call me every night, crying, begging to come home.